Today is the day that I launched the Chopping It Up with Tim Black show. And guys, I'm excited. I'm super excited about it because I have 3 great guests with me tonight. It's a lot of talk about 2020 and who's running where and what's going to happen. And everyone's focusing on these new shiny objects in the Democratic Party. Some new, some not so new. We have a list of Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Tulsi Gabbard, Kirsten Gillibrand. All of these people have announced that they will be running. If they haven't announced, they will be announcing. I think Kamala's going to wait till MLK Day because she has so much in common with Martin Luther King Jr. Seema, let me start with Seema. Seema, what do you think about the current field as it stands today? And does it give you any type of, I don't know, are you able to control your gag reflex as you look at the candidates? Chop it up.
Well, fortunately, I can control my gag reflex because we know that no one on the Democratic side right now can hold a flame to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is the person who's going to win hands down. We're just waiting for him to announce. We're not, putting our eggs all in one basket because we know that Sanders is the one, and it's just a matter of time. That's all it is. And that's what I truly believe in. But honestly, the more the merrier. If people want to, throw their names in the ring, in the hat, go for it. I encourage it because that's part of the democratic process. But just know that, we're looking at politics a little bit different. We're changing how we look, how we vet our candidates. We're not just simply going to look at your name recognition and how much money you can raise. We're going to look at your voting records in the House. We're going to look at your voting records in the Senate. We're going to look to see who your money is coming from. We're going to make sure that we hold you accountable. We hold you responsible for the policies that you voted on, that you proposed. We're going to change the narrative of politics in the United States when we pick our president, when we pick our senators, when we pick our congressional representatives, from all the way to dog catcher. So just be aware that we're watching every single one of you.
But Seema, isn't that sounds great? That's because you're talking about what we're going to do as people. But you being a candidate, what do they say about people who raise money in the Democratic Party? Like the person who raises the most money is the person that they favor, right?
That's absolutely true. And unfortunately, when you raise that much money, people like myself get ignored. So we're going to make sure we raise enough money, but we raise the issue. We raise the bar for politics. Even in my own election, we're going to keep pushing the envelope and being as radical as possible, giving facts, giving ideas, but making sure that every single person matters more than money itself. We tend to value raising donations and not really valuing the voter themselves.
Right, absolutely. I wonder if it's that way in the Republican Party. Portia, you got any comment about that, about the money aspect in the Democratic Party, politics in general?
It's got Bernie. He came in with $27 average, and we saw what he was doing. And I like Kirsten Gillibrand. I do. She's done some really good work. She really has. And I think that it's very, very important that we, and particularly the progressive side who support Bernie, keep it real and be civil. We do not have to attack these candidates to win. Bernie doesn't. Just ask yourself, what would Bernie do? He doesn't go low. Bernie focuses on the issues and he keeps going and going and going. And a quote from Nina Turner, she was on the lead on CNN, which she is on frequently. Mm-hmm. She said in reference to Gillibrand went to Wall Street folks to ask for permission to run. Right. Court the everyday people if you want to run. And to me, that's the key, because that focuses on the money. It focuses on everything for me. Nina's so wise, and she can just whip out those words. She's a wordsmith, and that's what it's about. I mean, Gillibrand's a good woman. She works hard for her people.
Well, she's a good woman, but is she a good candidate? I mean, if she's going to go to Wall Street...
she can't win. She can't win. None of them can win but Bernie. And you can call me prejudiced biased all you want, but the reality is that Bernie is the most popular senator in the United States of America. There were over 400 house parties just last Saturday. Boom. Do you realize what that's going to turn into? We have an army ready to go.
That's why they look, Portia. That's why they smearing. That's why they already started smearing him so bad. He hadn't even announced yet. Teodros, get in here, man. What do you think about money in politics in the current field that's out here announcing for 2020?
So, yeah, they talk about, for example, Russia and how much Russia has interfered in our elections. It's a joke to even focus on somebody, tens of thousands of miles away, when money, unaccountable and untraceable money here in the United States. All kinds of money flowing in from corporations, and who knows what other oligarchs, whether they're here in America or in other places throughout the world. And so we had to not only not value money, we had to turn people that accept contributions, we had to turn that into a weakness. And we had to use that as an anchor around their neck. Anyone that takes money from any corporate interest is not working on your behalf. Let me tell you one thing that I've learned over my years. Rich people don't give money, not a penny, without expecting a return on investment. They call it return on investment for ROI, return on investment. Everything that they do is based on what they can get back, including when they're giving money to charities. They write that as a tax write-off, and then that becomes their way to enhance their images. So the politicians that take their money are automatically in their back pocket. We had to, it's not about, for me, it's not about, being fiery and being vindictive or hateful, but you do have to expose the hypocrisy of people that reserve platitudes for us, and then they give reserve policies for the rich. And in a way, until we get to a place where we look at the institutions and the system that is enabling this type of rank corruption and pervasive, that's turned America into a kleptocracy, then we're missing the forest for the trees, because we keep focusing on personalities, and we're not looking at the institutions. So it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you send to DC. The institutions that have monopolized power and that basically has nullified our voices. There was a study done at Princeton University where they said the will of the American people is negligent at best. Mm-hmm. It's the money and the demands and the coercion of the richest 1% determines every policy that both parties are pushing. So both parties are guilty of this. So unless we start inspecting these things and having real conversations, and we keep expecting some type of a Neo Moses to save us, we're going to get the same thing that's been going on there since the early 1900s, and if not before that. Yeah. So we really had to inspect these things.
I hear you, Teodros. You being really nice, and I know a lot of comments that Nina Turner's made about us, being respectful. Like she told me, she said, "Hey Tim, man, go hard on the issues and soft on the people." So I respect that, but Teodros, come on, man, you wrote an article about Kamala Harris, sure. And you didn't pull any punches. You talked about her being a prosecutor or an attorney general that did not look out for the people. In fact, imprisoned at a high rate people for weak charges like marijuana, gave people decades of time. So I know you must have some feelings about Kamala Harris.
Well, it's not. To be honest with you, it's not just. Look, obviously, I wrote about Kamala Harris. I've criticized Trump on countless occasions and Obama in the past. To me, this is not necessarily one person doing this. They all sign up for this. But yeah, with respect to Kamala Harris, when she was a district attorney and then an attorney general in California, she made it her purpose to lock up brown, white, Latino, black, everyone that she could, if they did not have the ability to they were poor and marginalized. But when the time came to go after the current Treasury Secretary, Steve Munchkin, whatever his name is, I don't even know, Munchkin, what a name. Anyways, when the time came to go after him, she didn't do anything. She let him go. Yep. And this was a man that was, by the way, going after homeowners with a vengeance, with impunity. as he was taking away their homes in ways that bordered on illegal in terms of the policies that they were pushing in order to take away people's homes.
And that person is people like, Kamala Harris, a person that would allow that, would prosecute the poor. Portia and Seema, you both work with, I know that Seema's worked with the Poor People's Campaign. I know, Portia, you work with workers, unions. You're very active. This person, Kamala Harris, she had no problem locking up poor people, but she would not lock up the elite. And it just so happens Steve Mnuchin gave campaign contributions to only one Democrat, and it happened to be Kamala Harris.
So, like I said, they don't give money without a return on investment. He got his return on investment, the Secretary of Treasury. So
there it is.
Case in point.